All right, well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, and welcome back to our Old Guy Farms single player challenge. We are in 44 hours into the challenge. This is episode number 37, so we're on the downhill slide to the finish line. So we've got 72 total episodes that make up this challenge, and of course, this is episode 37, and we are about to begin our we're about to begin our fall, and before we get into the game, I just wanted to take a look and see if I had something added, and I believe I do. Um, so just bear with me for just 1 second. And bear with. Um, Okay, I don't see it, so not a big deal. All right, so again, we'll get right into the action here. Hopefully today, I have not looked, so I do not know what the day holds for us. This is the first day of fall, so we could have some fields to harvest, but maybe we won't. I don't know. We won't know till we get in there together. Um, and I hope that we will, because that'll give us something different to do today. If not, then we'll just have to continue with our logging efforts. So get right into the action here. And just like the 36 episodes before, we'll pick up our eggs first thing. And there we go. Eggs are picked up. First day of fall. Our weather forecast is looking kind of gnarly. I tell you what, before we actually check the crop situation, let's just go ahead and do our sheep, because even though now that we're in fall, we don't have to necessarily, well, let's see. I think we need to do maintenance on this guy actually first. Um, let's see here. F1, I remember it was. Yeah, maintain left Alt R. We will repair this guy because I noticed yesterday we were one game day left. So might as well do it while we're here. DC says, point of no return now, Grizz, halfway there. Same effort to go back as pushing forward. That is true. That is very, very true. That's a good way of looking at it, is that we've reached the point of no return. As I was saying in last night's episode, which was actually episode number 35, I said that, when I began the challenge, even though I always make every effort to finish everything that I start. That was something that my parents taught me as a very young boy, and of course, it doesn't always work out. Stuff gets in the way, and of course, this is a hobby for me. This is much like golf or photography or scuba diving or anything like that, where your work comes first, your family comes first, those kind of things come first. And so I started this challenge with every plan to finish it, obviously, but also at the same time, I wasn't 100% sure. It seemed like a daunting task. It seemed like, it seemed almost like climbing Mount Everest when I thought about it. Okay, so let's see if our fields are ready. Let's see, it's this button here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Not good, but okay. Well, I I don't know. I just don't know. So harvest is not ready. It might be down to my fault because I'm thinking that we did not plant as early as we could have, as we should have, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember if we may have planted one day later this year than we did last year. I'm pretty sure last fall, game day 1 fall, we were able to harvest, because I know that we sort of talked about it, and I sort of said, well, we may not harvest on the first game day of fall, even if we have fields ready to be harvested, because I was sort of thinking we might wait for the soybean crop to come in. And but it didn't, and we had the rain and everything in the forecast. I'm pretty sure we harvested the first game day of fall. So this is going to be, it's going to be interesting to see how this can work out for us, because I had the intention, or I had the idea, the plan, that we would buy the field down by the highway that we've been doing the work on, and we would buy that right before we would obviously harvest it, and that would give us a 6th field for year 3. But clearly we're not going to buy a field that we may not be able to harvest, because that would just be silly. That would be throwing money away, literally. And I don't want to do that, because that's not going to help our cause. This isn't helping our cause either. Getting the bucket stuck in the box. But this has kind of thrown things off. This is, you know, and of course I'm a little more used to it now. Farmer Klein says none of the AI fields are ready either, so I don't think it was anything you did or didn't do in time. Okay, thanks Farmer Klein. I appreciate you you at least saying that, because but you, and I didn't think about that, but that is a good point. All the AI fields are also not ready to harvest, so there again, most likely nothing that I did wrong, or didn't do, or whatever. But this has kind of thrown a little bit of a wrench in the fan. Obviously, when we ended episode number 36, I thought, fingers crossed and everything, that we were going to basically come into episode number 37. Our crops would be ready to harvest. We could at least harvest this episode, and then sort of gamble on whether or not we could get crops dried out on one of the other rain days, maybe in the evening or something, depending on when the rain actually falls, or definitely do it on Saturday. But at this point, it looks like, you know, it's going to be tossing a coin in the air and hoping that hoping the rain on Wednesday comes early, and maybe the rain on Thursday comes late. Who knows? Let's see. Mitchy Mitch says crops aren't always ready on the first day of autumn. I am on day 3 of autumn, and they just became ready. Okay, well, yeah, and you know, again, it's kind of like I'm just kind of going off of experience. Let's look at our animal situation here. I'm pretty sure I've been feeding animals every other day, and they don't necessarily need water, but we'll go ahead and give them some hay. Mr. Papas, hi Grizzly. How do you enable bucket solid manure buying? You have to get the manure mod, or the manure buy point mod. The link is on my spreadsheet, grizzlybearsims.com, and then click on the add-ons and mod directory, and it's going to be listed under placeables. Stomp Games 47, hey dude. Hey dude, back to you. Hope you're having a good day. That is a mod that I was told about by Farmer Klein, so very much appreciative to him for discovering that. And it does require a special bucket. That's why you see me using a different bucket over there by the greenhouses than what I do or what I use here for cleaning up after the sheep. I suppose that bucket would work just fine for cleaning up the sheep area, but having two buckets and just leaving one over there is fine too. So, all right, let's go ahead and top up the sheep. I'm having a good day as well, albeit I've only been up for about 2 hours, but so far it's been a good day. Nothing to complain about. I've got just a few tasks to do, a few honeydew tasks to do today, and a few errands that I need to run today. But other than that, it's going to, I think, be a fairly relaxing Saturday. I'm hoping so, anyways, because the week certainly was a little stressful, and so nice relaxing Saturday and Sunday is what I'm hoping for. Almost makes me wish that this was regular season football time frame. I'm not really a big preseason fan. I don't really follow preseason much, with the exception of just ensuring that my favorite team's players are all healthy and not hurt or in jail or anything like that. And of course I do like college football, but it's just early. We've got some nice cool weather coming, so if you guys probably live east of me, east of Colorado, you're probably going to have some nice fall-like temperatures headed your way soon. I think tomorrow another cold front pushes its way through, and I think Monday the high is going to be barely 70 degrees, which is just gorgeous weather, especially if we get a little bit of rain with it. Every other day strategy has worked well with our greenhouses with regards to keeping them filled with water and manure. And some days I hit the spot there for the water trigger better than other days, and this is shaping up to be a bad day, at least for the first one. That's okay. I didn't do such a great job getting them lined up. That's part of the problem. Stomp Games 47 says, I live in Michigan. How's the weather been in Michigan? Hot and humid, I'm sure. So this is a challenge map. If you're new to my channel, I would appreciate it if you would hit the like button and even consider subscribing. I'll be talking about giveaways that I will be doing very soon in the program, in the video, or in the live stream, I should say. And so you'll want to stick around and hear about those if you haven't already. But this is a challenge map where there's about 6 or 7 of us that are basically playing the same map, playing the same rules, the same guidelines. The only differences are our choice of equipment and maybe our strategies and stuff like that. We all have a little bit different strategy from each other, and so you can find links to all of the other participants or contestants down below the video screen, and I would encourage you to go over and cheer these folks on and wish them very good luck and everything in their efforts and everything. I've got 210308 William saying hi from Twitch. Hello, William. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. And let's just double check. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I am not expecting it to pop and say that it's ready to be harvested during the day, but we're still going to keep an eye on it just in case. So we will go ahead and head on back up the hill here. Kind of thinking that maybe this area of trees would be good to come over and cut. I don't really want to really drive the Ponzi too far away from this general area. This is going to be kind of the area that we're going to, not this on the top of the hill obviously, but this part of town, or this part of the map, is where we're going to start once winter sets in. I suppose there are a few trees that we could still grab here, some tall ones anyways, as I'm driving off-road. I really don't know what I'm doing. I was going to move this out of the way, and then I got to thinking, well, that's probably where we're going to cut some trees, so let me just go ahead and drive this down here so it will well and truly be out of the way. All right. So William, if you're still watching on Twitch, I realize that you can't see the text that's underneath the video because I only have that visible on my YouTube channel. So there's some information on my YouTube channel, which there is a link on my Twitch page there down below the video on how you can get to my YouTube channel. But there is some information as far as the rules of the challenge, as well as some information on the giveaway that I will be giving away, the drawing for the giveaway, I should say. So if you want to come over to YouTube and subscribe, then I would appreciate that. There is a part of me that is sort of curious as to just how much money we could make off all this sawdust that we have been leaving behind. But there's still a part of me that says, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to rent the sawdust picker-upper and to go to the trouble of doing that? That's really the only thing that we would have to rent, unless we also wanted to upgrade our tipper. Our tipper is a bit on the small size with regards to, I think, doing this. I think, and I've got that, I think it's Randazzo. I've got that Randazzo tipper that is in, I think I've activated it. I think I activated it yesterday. And I've got that, so that could be a fairly good upgrade, because obviously if you were here in the first stream this morning, I had to make 2 trips out to Wright's Agribusiness to sell wheat, so it might be a good opportunity to upgrade our tipper. Then it might be a good idea to upgrade the tipper and maybe try this experiment. I don't really know, again, if it's going to really be worth it. It would give us something different to do. Vlogs with Bryson. Hey man, it's me. Alright, cool. Welcome to the stream, Bryson. William says he can see some lines in the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that's just a scrolling message, but if you can make your way over to my YouTube channel, that's where I've got the full, complete information on the giveaway. And you would have to be a YouTube subscriber to be considered for the giveaway anyway. I have no idea how many liters of sawdust that we would have here. By the way, DC, I don't know if you saw my text reply to you, but if you've got to run, no big deal. I fully understand. My family or my wife is slow at getting up this morning, so that's kind of why I'm able to do a second stream. Where's everybody watching from? We've got about 15 or so in the chat that's watching the YouTube live stream, and only a couple of people chatting. Where is everybody from? And also, let's get a like spike going, please. I appreciate that. Rodeo time, yeah, it is. Getting that time of year. Fair time. I think there is a, I think one of the local counties here in the greater Denver area is having a fair of some kind going on. Ah, Vlogs with Bryson, that's right, you're from Corsicana. Yeah, we talked the other night. Thanks for coming back for another episode. I know we were doing the same stuff then as we're doing now, running over rocks and that sort of stuff, but I think what we're going to do is I'm going to take a gamble as I continue to run over stumps and stuff like that. I'm going to take a gamble, and we're going to continue to cut logs here for just a little bit longer until maybe we get a pile that's worthy of loading on the trailer, and then I think we will upgrade our tipper, and then I think that we will pick up my go-to apparatus for picking up things, which is the Prase, and we will pick up this sawdust and just see how much money it gives us. You know, our log cutting, our wood cutting efforts have been a bit slower of recent, and so you know, I said last episode, I said that maybe activating the sawdust mod was going to prove to be a bad decision, because especially when I activated it, to be quite honest with you all, I really wasn't 100% sure that I would even take the time to pick up the sawdust. But I'm kind of thinking that I want to give you guys something different to watch me do for a little while. Because, you know, running over stumps and rocks isn't enough entertainment for you. But we'll try it, and I think it will at least give us a reason to upgrade our tipper. Because that tipper, that little Massey, it was great for the first year. But as we sort of saw a few minutes ago, we couldn't make two trips to or we couldn't make one trip with barley, I think it was, to the sell point. We had to make two. And of course, you know, time is money and all that kind of stuff. J.R. Brown is from Alabama. Mark DuPont is from Toronto, and he is lurking and making coffee. Well, good morning to you, Mark. Thanks for coming out and lurking. Again, as I run over rocks and stumps, we're just doing crazy stuff this morning. Another stump. You know, an IT guy's worst nightmare is somebody out digging around with a backhoe. Just about any time that we experience any sort of power failure or data cut with our provider bringing us in our network and everything, we often will sort of joke that there must be somebody in the neighborhood with a backhoe digging a hole of some kind. Well, my frosé work, Farmer Klein, is not going to be really anything to write home about. It's really, I mean, pending that the frosé will actually pick up sawdust, and I'm pretty sure that it does. It's been a while since I don't actually think I've ever used the frosé in Farm Sim 17 to pick up sawdust, but I do know that it worked in 15. So assuming that everything is normal there, but yeah, somebody digging around in the neighborhood with a backhoe will often is an IT guy's worst nightmare, because they sever a cable or something. And of course, here in Colorado, all of our power and everything else is all buried because of winter. The worst thing that you want to have is, if you can avoid it, is above ground power lines in a place like this where we get the occasional, snowstorm. So I think one more tree and we will, I'm too close to it. One more tree will probably give us a trailer load full. And then we can come and see just how much money we can make with this sawdust project. Jeremy the Cool, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Farmer Klein also said that he is from the great state of Virginia. I knew that, but maybe some of you folks did not. And by the way, and I'm not just saying that because he is listening, I would actually say this even if he was not listening. Folks, I would encourage you guys to go out and subscribe to Farmer Klein's channel. He is awesome map reviewer. Where'd we park our truck? Down there. Awesome map reviewer. So if you're sort of looking for a map and you want to know about how the map could play, maybe how you should play it, all the starting equipment and things like that, number of fields that you start off owning and all that kind of stuff, watch his map reviews, because they're top-notch stuff. And also, just while I'm on the subject, I want to congratulate Farmer Klein as becoming the third dude of the Three Dudes Gaming Network, along with myself and Eustace Farmer, who is dude number 1. Let's see. I look forward to working very closely with Farmer Klein and, of course, all of our viewers in doing exciting things that hopefully the membership of the Three Dudes Gaming Network and all of our viewers, mutually and otherwise, and that didn't even fill up this trailer, but that's okay. We've got it loaded, we've got it out of the way. We will just go ahead and park the trailer over here, and we'll come through and we'll grab some of these other pieces later. I'm not going to make the mistake of getting our trailer stuck again. So we will drop this right here for now, and we'll head down the hill, head back to the main farm. But definitely check out Farmer Klein's channel, subscribe to it. I guarantee you it's worth subscribing to, so just go ahead and go over there and then click the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when he goes live, because Farmer Klein is also competing in this challenge. He's a few game days ahead of me, and I don't know what his money situation is. I haven't watched, I'm not caught up to his stream. It's been several episodes since I've watched, but he's doing a fine job. He's got a wonderful strategy, an interesting strategy. Alright, let's go to the store and trade in this guy. Let me think. Okay, we'll go to the store, trade this in. We'll have them deliver the frosé, because they do delivery service. After all, when you buy something from them, they do deliver. But we'll take this in so we get the maximum price for the tipper, and then we'll upgrade to the other tipper, which I've never used before. But it's got some pretty cool animations on it, and I saw it on Farmer Klein's channel. It's funny because Farmer Klein stumbled onto, I believe, Eustace Farmer's channel first, and then somehow or another got associated with my channel. And Farmer Klein may or may not have got valuable, useful stuff from me. He may have, but it's kind of funny because the tables have turned slightly because I've got some really cool mods from watching Farmer Klein's videos. So, you know, payback and all that. What comes around goes around. And yeah, we speed through town because, well, why not? Doesn't our local sheriffs or whatever, they don't pay much attention to us speeding through. I suppose that could be a cool strategy maybe for, obviously Giants would have to most likely put it into the game. But then again, you know, it sort of gets in there, and it sort of becomes a bit confusing in the fact that, okay, well, is this a farm sim game, or is this a how fast can I drive by and not get a speeding ticket game? Tippers. See, oh, it's much cheaper. Let's see, it's 35,700, 50,000. Yeah, we don't really have anything capable of pulling that other than our truck, and let's just make sure. Well, actually, I know it does. I know it does. No red, really? Um, all right, we'll go black. Rim color, black and red. That looks good. And we'll go ahead and buy it because we need to have it around the farm, because if we have a great demand come up for something or another, we are going to need that. So now we will exit out and we will go to where are we going to go? Where is it under forestry equipment? The Fraze, no, that's not the one. See, I had no idea I was going to do this, or I would have made sure I knew exactly where to go. Miscellaneous. Pottinger Universal Loader. Fraze. Okay, let's make sure it does sawdust. Sawdust. That's wood chips. Yep, it does that. So let's go ahead and buy that as well. Main color. We're going to go with red on this guy because we can. It costs us $400 extra, but you know, hey, gotta have fun. And then we are going to, maybe the smart thing would have been to have leased it, but that's okay. Let's see if we can find it here. Hopefully we can. Hopefully it's not one of those things that we can't reset, and it might actually be. Oh my gosh. Can we really not reset it? I'm assuming there's no wood chips. We got a great demand for wood chips, and we have no bloody way of resetting this to get it back to the farm. Zoom in on the store. That's the trailer. That's the truck. It won't work. All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna tell them, well, we're sorry, we made the wrong mistake. We're gonna sell it. We're gonna get all of our money back for it. I really don't like doing it that way, but it's sort of the best thing because I don't want to drive a slow Ford tractor down here just to get that. So where is the other thing? Is that under miscellaneous as well? The Pottinger Universal Loader, it's the same price. It picks up wood chips. So We're going to buy that. I think I remember that from another map that I played, was that it couldn't be reset, and I don't know why it can't be reset. I'm guessing there's an error or something with the way that the mod is created. I have no idea. I'm not going to take the time to fix it. We will just go with the other one, the universal loader, just like Farmer Klein, because Farmer Klein is our hero. And if it's good enough for Farmer Klein, it's good enough for us. So I think it was a wise choice to upgrade our tipper, because probably should have bought something a little more, a little larger to begin with, but that's okay. I also kind of wanted to use the Massey Pack stuff. I thought that maybe, and I think other people also thought this as well, I thought that maybe if we put the sideboards on the Massey tipper, that would actually increase the capacity, because why? I mean, what's the use of putting the sideboards on? But it does not, and Mr. Mark DuPont confirmed that with us. So not a problem. So we will get back up there and connect one of our slow Fords to the picker-upper, and then start loading some sawdust and see how it goes. Farmer Klein, do you happen to know if wood chips can be loaded if it's raining? I need to slow those down anyway, so let's just go ahead and get in this guy here. Don't I need to drive down to get the wood chips at the cow barn? I don't have any wood chips at the cow barn. I haven't done any farming at all down at the cow barn. I've only been by there one time, and that was to grab a few gold nuggets. Come on. This thing's got a turning radius of a small country. Yeah, I'm at the pig farm. But that was a good point. So sure, you can pick up wood chips in the rain. A little bit of a lag spike there. Let me just save the game in case my computer is trying to tell me something. Thanks, DC. Appreciate you hanging out with us and keeping an eye on the chat. Mark DuPont's here, so he can swing the band hammer if need be. Okay, let's take a look at this and see O to pipe out. We're going to lower the universal loader. We're going to move the pipe around. Like that. That might work. I thought there was like a turn on. Maybe that's where we get the laser beam. Enable IC, is that the... X, sorry. It's right there. It's as big as Dallas. much slower than I had hoped for. But part of that is because of my aiming on the shoot. Tell you what, let's make this. Oh, it's a dolly trailer. Lovely. I'm doing fine, William. Thanks. Thanks for asking. You can tilt and shoot. Yeah, I figured out how to tilt and shoot. The problem is sort of looking at this thing backwards, because the tractor is obviously backwards. It's just there we go. We'll get the hang of it. Probably not close enough. Okay, let's go someplace else. I'm streaming today. I'm streaming right now. Gaming with Bryson says he's back on the iPad. Sorry, folks, I can't see the chat as easily when I'm doing tedious stuff kind of like this. It's a little harder to keep my eyes on the chat, and I'm trying not to make a complete fool of myself. It's probably just as easy to move the trailer around. Alright, let's go see how much this load of sawdust is going to earn us. Doug Zorley says, about to go to sleep. Started some uploads and saw GBS is on, so watching in bed. Alright, well, thanks for watching, Doug Zorley. Appreciate that as I try to struggle to figure out where I'm going. Alright, let me take a look at chat while we drive here. Chris Webb, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Uploaf sounded tastier, yeah. All right, well, if we can load wood chips in the rain, because obviously that's what we're going to have in the next 3 days of forecast, we'll at least have some alternative stuff to do besides cutting trees and hauling trees to the similar. But hey, at least it's a little bit different. You can't say that I didn't give you some variety. Alright, I believe wood chips go over here. Since this is a dolly trailer, I'm going to have to do it this way because I am pretty much terrible at backing anything, and especially backing up a dolly trailer. Okay, so tip side back, tip side left is what we want. And let's go. See how much money we make. We show you the animation on this like Farmer Klein showed me. Pretty cool stuff. The latches actually unlatch, and actually will relatch whenever the tipper comes down. Pretty cool animation. Thank you, Carson Jones. $3,526. I'll let you see the latches latch up here. Gaming with Bryson. Yeah, this is an edit of Goldcrest Valley by Old Guy Farmer. And the latches will come in here. Boom, just like that. Cool. Cool stuff. Alright, get back in the truck here. We're burning daylight. We're burning daylight, and we're loading sawdust. For me is sort of like having both of my hands tied behind my back and trying to use my foot or something to steer. Yeah, it does. With the red rims, that looks pretty cool. Kind of matches the truck, the red rims do. And this is the Randazzo, I think that's how you pronounce that, tipper. And I've got this on my mod spreadsheet already. Farmer Klein showed this to me in one of his videos. Now I was going to try to be different than Farmer Klein and use the Phrase, but it wouldn't reset back to the main farm. And we would have probably just about reached the Phrase and then got back here if we would have drove the slow Ford tractor to do it. So it probably worked out okay not to waste the time to do that as I bounce around through stumps and everything. Well, you know, if you're going to do things, you might as well try to have things a bit color coordinated if you can. You know, our log trailer is kind of red and black, and our truck is red and black. The trailer is red and black. Oh, I guess we don't actually have to have the tractor running for the thing to run. That's a kind of a cool feature, I suppose. Alright, let's get our Ford tractor fired up here. Get it into reverse because that's the direction that we need to go. And I've already forgot the option to turn this on. Pipe in, turn on. The odd thing about controlling this head is that it's kind of, you know, it's moving your mouse around, and then you have to move it the other direction as well to sort of bring the head down. It's a sort of slow as molasses process. And Mr. Mark DuPont would know all about slow molasses, living up in Canada, right? Alright, let's move to the next pile. We're not going to worry about getting every little speck off the ground. Bipolar Prophet, welcome to the stream. We're doing something a little different this stream. It's almost like having two left hands, or having both of our hands tied behind our back or something like that, operating this little operation. But I'm going to be smart about this and pull the trailer up. It's about right there. Work smarter, not harder, is what they say. No, it's not. I wanted to use the Phrase, but it's got something wrong with the mod itself, and it won't. You can't reset it. You can't reset it to the main farm, and so I wasn't going to drive the very, very slow. I'm going to tab over to this guy because Oops, 82%. Use the Brooksun a lot in multiplayer to extricate the big bud. All right. It's soon going to be too dark to see, so not sure how effective we will be in the next game hour or so at collecting sawdust. Can you use the big bud? Nope, not on this challenge map. The big bud is what, 2-3 times over the power limit. ATBF Gaming, that loader don't always work for me. Which loader is that? The Pottinger? Yeah, it's working all right. For me, I'm just not very good at using it. And again, it's primarily been because I almost have never done much logging at all on these maps, and what little bit that I have done, I've kind of been like bipolar prophet, and I've used the either the Fraze or the Brooksun. Yeah, it's worked out so far. I'm a little awkward at using it because it's a little awkward driving the tractor backwards and remembering that it's sort of opposite of what I want to. If I want to turn the tractor, it's the opposite way of doing it because the tractor's facing backwards. But our tractor doesn't have a front hitch on it, so. All right, that's another few $1,000s. The price does fluctuate, though. It does appear. I think we got we got 3,500 for the first load, and now we're getting 29 for the second one. The traffic is way too slow on this map, but that's okay. Once we get here, we can pass. BP, thank you. Well, and the same goes for Farmer Klein and Old Guy Farmer and everyone else that's playing this, and you know, I can really only apologize to at least my loyal viewers, because I do try very hard in my Let's Play videos not to duplicate efforts too much. I try to put myself in the shoes of the viewers, because myself, I enjoy watching YouTube videos on Farm Sim, and if the guy that I'm watching or the gal that I'm watching is doing the same thing over and over and over in their Let's Play videos, it kind of gets a little bit boring. However, because of the nature of the challenge and everything, we have to kind of do things a little different. or at least the challenge dictates that. And so we should have pulled closer. We'll just kind of manhandle this trailer around. But yeah, so we have done a lot of logging, more logging than I could have ever imagined us doing. And folks have stuck around and watched. Even though this thing has a laser on it, it's still not the easiest thing to control. And of course we're in that nighttime zone where it's not very easy to see things. We need to have, but we're not going to invest the money in it, but we need to have some big searchlights where we can just really illuminate the area. And I sort of figure that if, you know, if I'm going to do the same thing somewhat over and over as part of the challenge, because again, the whole gist of the challenge is to make money, try to make more money than anyone else that's also playing the challenge, is I owe it to all of those that have been loyal viewers who have kind of stuck around and watched these episodes. I sort of owe it to them to finish it so they can kind of see if their cheering and everything has been a factor, has helped. Well, it is very routine oriented, and I often say that in my videos that, you know, even though you know, sometimes you have to be a little bit repetitive, because especially if you're telling a story, and the story is about farming after all. So if you're doing traditional farming, if you've got animals, then obviously you've got things that have to be done with the animals on a frequent basis, because again, that's what farming is. You know, that's why we enjoy simulation-based games, is because it puts us in sort of in the role of whatever it is that we are somewhat portraying. It puts us in the shoes of a real-life farmer, or a real-life truck driver, or a real-life pilot, or whatever the case is. So obviously there's certain elements to every simulation-based game that are somewhat duplicates. Ah, there we go. Jerry, why didn't you think of that earlier? Yes, you can go watch. Yeah, you most certainly can. I would probably, I certainly understand. All right, 100%. So we're going to shut our tractor down up here, and we're going to get back into our Mac, and we're going to haul this down, and then we're going to go back to the main farm and end our day. And we'll decide whether or not this is going to be worth picking up the rest of this sawdust or not. I can tell you that it's not that fun for me to do because I'm not very good at it. I know repetition and everything, but it's kind of like once this challenge is done, I'm probably not even going to want to look at a tree, let alone cut one down for a while. And any future challenge, I'm sure I already know that one of the guidelines is going to be that we can only cut down trees near the fields that we own, which I think is a smart sort of restriction to put into a challenge, because this kind of going off and clear cutting things, even though we've been sort of saying, well, it's been due to the beetle kill. And if you live or familiar with the national forests and everything here in the Pacific Northwest and the Rocky Mountain region, you know that the beetles have decimated our forests here. If you drive up the high country, if you drive up I-70 towards like Breckenridge and Vale, places like that, you just see for miles and miles and miles, you see these brown dead pine trees. And of course, the National Forest Service is trying to cut some of those out where it's effective to do so. But there again, you know, kind of getting into these regions, and everybody complains if you cut a tree down, because that's the home of some kind of little critter or whatever. And I'm very concerned about those kind of things, true enough, but also I'm also concerned about our forests literally burning down because we have all this dead wood in them. From what I understand, that can't much be done with the trees. They have made some pretty cool furniture out of the timber, because the way the beetles get in and destroy the heart of the tree, if you stain it out, sand it and stain it out, like if you build a piece of furniture out of it, it does have quite unique patterns. So that's kind of cool, and there are people that obviously make furniture out of this stuff and sell it. There's a market there. And I also think that they can make wood pellets for like wood heating out of it, but I think outside of that, there's not a whole lot else that they can do with the timber. So the plan, or at least what they've been doing, is they've been trying to remove some of it as they can, if they can get to it, and then they've also been just basically letting Mother Nature take care of it, let nature take its course. And that often means especially in the summertime, a thunderstorm that comes through that doesn't produce a lot of rain, but there's a lot of static electricity. In other words, a lot of lightning with it. We often get these lightning strikes where the weather is dry, and these things catch on fire and burn dozens, maybe hundreds of acres before they can get it put out. Yeah, it is. It is really nice, Farmer Klein. I've seen some of the furniture that folks have made out of it. You know, obviously pine furniture is kind of popular in this area, and of course, once the beetle kill gets in there and does the thing that they do, then obviously it becomes nice when you stain it out, varnish it out, put a nice lacquer on it, something like that. All right, we'll leave that right here for now. Turn off our headlights, turn off our truck, and we were planning to do an all-nighter if we were harvesting, but obviously our harvest is not doable. So what do we need to do? We need to clean up after our sheep, and we need to do it pretty quick because I want to end this stream before midnight. And I appreciate you all hanging out. The word of the day, and my apologies for waiting until almost the very end. The word of the day is a three-letter acronym. It's kind of what I was saying at the very beginning of the stream. Oh my God, OMG, oh my God, when I realized that our crops were not ready to harvest. So the word of the day is OMG. Now our sheep, we don't have to maintain, we don't have to be as aggressive at maintaining 100% productivity with our sheep right now because we're not going to get any new sheep out of them and we're not going to get any wool, but obviously just keeping in the practice of coming over here and cleaning up and also making sure that they stay fed and watered, because clearly we don't want to kill any of our animals if we can avoid it. But at the same time, we don't have to be as aggressive with keeping them clean. So we've got just a few minutes. We've got enough time to run out here, grab our eggs really quick. At least get some of them. All right, hit escape, hit save game. We'll save this game. Our fields are still green. We will cancel out all in to skip the night. And 6 o'clock in the morning, and let's just save the game really quick so that we can start as early as possible. Still nothing ready for harvest. I can speak English, I can. So we'll just have to just continue doing what we've been doing, but I will think long and hard about whether we're going to continue, excuse me, whether we're going to continue to, I'm losing my voice, sorry about that, whether we will continue picking up wood chips. It is slow, we don't get a whole lot of money off of it, and so we may abandon that venture. But let me go ahead and quit the game out. And thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I will stream tomorrow. I did stream last Sunday, but I'm kind of thinking that if my wife is feeling up to it, I think we may go out for a drive tomorrow or something, so that may prevent me from streaming. So I would probably, if I don't stream Sunday morning, then most likely I will be back for my normal time slot Monday evening, somewhere around 7:30 Mountain Time is usually when I get the stream going. So thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Enter the contest for the giveaway if you can. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Also, please visit my friends whose links to their YouTube channels you'll see down below the video. Thank you all so much. God bless you all. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.